What's going down, DeadSec fans? A 3.30 is now about to be going live. April 13th, we'll be getting a nice amount of fixes. My name is Mac with the MacGyver7 channel. Today we'll be looking at some game-related news, so let's go ahead and swing over to it. For most people new, we get this offshoot from Twitter directly from them and then directly from Ubisoft's page, all linked over here, and our global fixes will be starting. Now, the headliner that they do bring up is that all consoles with inside of 13 will be getting a nice little boost. Stadia will receive it soon. For as far as an update, they'll put that, and Luna is going to be scheduled beginning a patch around the 16th. So these will be catching up directly for everyone from the 13th to the 16th, so a 3-day grace period, give or take. On top of that, they have identified some underlying causes for the continuous spawning of NPCs and drones, and we'll be addressing it in the 4.0, so it's definitely something that they're taking forthright. I like the way that they're laying out. Ubisoft is kind of not being Ubisoft anymore, and it's kind of nice. But they also have a nice little link that will be here. You can get this article and go to see what you can report, or put a comment down below and see what else people are sharing on the comment boards. On top of the global fixes where it starts, for as far as the game freezing, where players were joining or leaving the online mode sessions, the fixes continue, where it caused the game where the chat would no longer be active. It would kick you from an online session for being inactive. So if you went to go grab some like chips or something like that as your friends and you were playing, then it just would unsync and cause an error. Kind of a bummer, but hopefully that's fixed nowadays. That'd be kind of nice, because hopefully the online can get some more traction as they kind of tune it along with the open world that's seeming to be globally fixed, hopefully. And the potential for the recruits to be removed for the players list after disconnecting from the game also should be fixed along with this list. The Spider-Bot Arena, which is always on the list, had a point of entry for the disappearing from the map when disconnecting from the public online session. So when you were kind of going from online to single player, it would just cause this alternate fringe realm where it just wasn't existing anymore. But now it does. It exists in both worlds, both universes. So moving on past that, for as far as the gunfire and the sound effects for the infinite loop on the online, operatives for spawn and stuck inside of the textures after switching operatives during the Vigilant and the Red Blade missions. On top of the fixes for as far as where we can see the camera position misplaced inside of the Spider Arena, you can guess it, for the lobby. And top of that, you have tactical op missions to reset the session's host left the group. The lighting also comes down to the drowning post pubs, and top of the situation and the map objectives for as far as what you can get for properly updating after switching to the first recruit operatives in the online mode. Now for as far as where we get to the last one, for as far as investigating the stage, to not properly update under certain circumstances, they say, for Moscow Rules mission. On top of that, we have a short, brief list, which I'm digging. Honestly, this is a nice little brief read for as far as everyone's concerned. And looking at PC, which we come down to the download cloud save. The option would not appear properly. It should be continuously appearing now. On top of that, the push to talk function was not working by default, and keyblind now should be working. Also on top of the list of fixed, we're looking at the games to crash and the free roams in London and co-op for the online modes. The purchase and bundles to not correctly display having purchased in the in-game store, and the items and purchased button not correctly updating for as far as acquiring the WD credits. Stadia comes down to a list which will be floating in right around the 16th for as far as the issues that it caused for the crashes and launch of game, the Queen Bee for as far as the disabled drones and the ability to not properly work inside of the tightest parking location during the city events, and the game, the controls could come down to the point of unresponsive after connecting with Ubisoft's server. Who would have known? And this might be something where it's even if you do experience some stuff from the 13th going to the 16th, it might get better since they will be syncing that portion of the server. So I'm really curious if people are playing this on Stadia. Leave a comment how your experience was between the 13th and the 16th. I'm curious if that's going to be buggy because their server's out of sync. For the PlayStation family, I already like how they opened this up. This is actually a little bit welcoming. There is an issue that prevents for as far as the accessing of the online mode and the disconnecting a user by switching profiles. Okay, I can kind of see that because it's like basically PlayStation does allow you to switch between profiles really fast, and I'm sure Xbox has their own and PC has their own, but there's something that's probably very pinpoint that like Sony has inside their OS for their UI. But moving on past that, for as far as patch notes for PlayStation, you can always subscribe for that in the near future. But for PlayStation 4, we're going to start it off as the spider bots to become unresponsive to hacking after gathering several hotspots. The game crashed after playing an extended period. On top of the game's crash for the loading inside of London for the free roam, the co-op inside of the tactical off missions. PlayStation 5 comes down to a nice hefty list compared to PlayStation 4, as this would be the game to become stuck connecting to the server when launching single player campaigns. On top of that situation, for as far as what the next on the list would be the game crashing while running to the PlayStation 4 version on PlayStation 5. Who would have thunk it? Moving on past that, another issue that has arisen and fixed is the game crash excessively when utilizing the text-to-chat and the online. Is there really a big community of people utilizing the text-to-chat? Like, I'm really curious. But moving on past that, maybe people just leave it on by default and forget to turn it off, like, because it is kind of annoying. It's like when you get your PlayStation 5 and you're just like, wait, why are you narrating everything I do? You don't have to do that. It's really annoying. But they fixed several missing cars inside of the engine audio files. Ooh, that would suck. Your car doesn't sound lit. But Xbox family gets a nice, just like ironed little list. Hopefully it's something that's just like working really well, because I've heard that PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in general actually had like really good success for just like having like a decent version to play versus like the next gens, which were just kind of a wreck. And you know, then the pro versions were kind of a wreck. But moving on past that, as you can see that we only have 3 issues that prevent players from reconnecting to the online mode after disconnecting to the game. For as far as the pieces de resistance and the bullseye and the bottom up do not correctly transfer from Xbox One to the Series X and S, which would be kind of a bummer because you want to play it in the next gen portion. And there we go with the next gen issues. Moving on, hopefully this is something that fixed for everyone, and we go to Xbox One, where the black screens would start if 2 users came to the same console or using different audio DLCs. How charmingly weird. But alright, that's our patch note, everyone. And as we get down to this, if you are new to the network, you can always like, share, and subscribe. Helps me out as a creator, absolutely free. And if you do, that notification bell that's right next to it, slam it down the center like a Liberty Bell, let it crack, ring, so all the next future notifications you'll be getting. So 4.0, what other games you might be playing, I might be playing as a variety streamer, you'll be getting it as cutting edge. And if you do today, who knows, maybe I'll just go eat a cookie. And I haven't had a cookie in a while. That'd be kind of cool. So you should subscribe so I can eat a cookie. But I'll see you guys and gals in the near future. Stay safe, stay classy, and I will see you there.